In Hebrew, the word for compassion, rachamim, comes from the word for womb, rechem. In Shifra's Arms, we believe there is no expression of compassion more Jewish than reaching out to women struggling with unplanned pregnancy and offering loving support. Our mission is to help struggling pregnant women to build a positive future for themselves and their children. We offer both counseling and practical resources throughout pregnancy and after birth as needed. While we offer this support, we affirm the fact that every woman needs to make choices about her future for herself. Our counseling is client-led rather than formulaic, conducted by a counselor with extensive professional training. We treat all women with the same kindness, compassion, and respect they deserve, whatever their circumstances or choices they end up making. We are a nonpartisan social service organization. Our supporters come from diverse political religious perspective, including secular and orthodox, pro-choice and pro-life, and many people in between. We come together to ensure that every woman is able to access our support if she wants it. I'm going to give you a bit of background on me so that you can see how my involvement in this organization came about. In November 1995, I found out that I was pregnant. I feel shame, anger, and terror. So here I am, sitting in an abortion clinic, and I start writing in the details for my paperwork. I am due sometime in April. My birth date is... I drop my pen mid-word and I start to cry. I cannot do this. This is not for me. I tell my friend, let's go, and we bolt. Within a week, I packed my bags and moved for a job more than 1,000 miles away, so my family would not find out about the pregnancy. I knew I could take care of myself economically, but not emotionally. I realize I am not ready to raise a baby. It wouldn't be good for either of us. The only option left is adoption. Not knowing what to do or where to turn, I start looking in the yellow pages for adoption attorneys. I see one with a big ad and just pick her. Scared and embarrassed, I walked into her office and sit down with her. Not really knowing what questions to ask, I just do as I'm told. Soon I have the daunting task of picking who I want to raise my child. I know I want an open adoption so I can see the baby grow up and at least know that she is safe, healthy, and happy. After hours of poring through adoption albums, I decide on a family. From their photo and brief synopsis, they fulfill my requirements. Well-established and Jewish. A day or so later, I meet the family. It's very awkward for both of us, but my decision is made. Over the next few months, we meet and attempt to get to know one another. Although we do not exchange contact information, overall it is good. But I still worry. On March 22nd, 1996, around 8 p.m., I go into labor. Alone and scared, I enter the hospital with the attorney social worker. My family still doesn't know. 7 hours later, my baby girl is born, 6 weeks early. She is tiny, only a little over 4 pounds, but otherwise very, very healthy. I hold her in my arms, talk to her, and try to explain why I am letting her go. I hand her over to the nurse, and off to the NICU she goes. I never see her again at the hospital. A few days later, I return to the attorney's office to sign away my parental rights. And with that, there was no more attorney and no more support at all from anyone in the office. At that very point, my life went into a downward spiral. I had no advocate and no one to help me move forward with my life. I was stuck with all the problems I had before, plus the loss. Though I had wanted an open adoption, I do not hear from the family, and the lawyer refused to help me. No pictures, no calls, nothing. Without an advocate, I didn't have any means to reach the family. My journey forward wasn't easy, but it did eventually get better. Within 2 years, I entered and then left an abusive marriage and had another baby girl. As a new single mother, I returned home to live with my family in Pennsylvania. My parents were loving and caring, and I found my true love, an amazing husband, Michael. I created a successful career and family life. But still, I struggled with my choice to place my baby up for adoption. I yearned to know that my little girl was okay. I know that I did what I did because I loved her and that I will always love her. I wanted so much for her to know that too. Hurt as it did to be far apart from her, I never wished that I had ended the pregnancy. And then, on November 6th, 2014, I received a note that started, "We first met on March 23rd. It was my daughter April, wanting to get to know me. After texting and Skyping, we did finally meet. She was just as I thought, a spitting image of me. She was 18 and a freshman in college. My first question was, 'Do you hate me?' Of course she didn't. She just wanted to know me, and our love was mutual. When I eventually met with her parents, we discovered the lawyer lied to us both, telling them I didn't want to hear from them after the first 3 months. Being reunited with April has been both scary and hard at times, but also very beautiful. It's hard to describe the emotions I feel. I don't want to overstep my bounds with her adoptive family, but at the same time, she is my daughter and a part of my family. It's a fine line that I walk. We text and talk every single day. I've met her whole adopted family, who has given her the amazing life that I wished for her. The ending of my story is definitely unique in the Jewish community, but the beginning is not. Every day, there are Jewish women who find themselves pregnant and vulnerable for a whole variety of reasons. Along with many Jews, I am proud of being pro-choice. I didn't need anyone to make my choice for me, nor do I want to make another's choice for them. However, I did need people to walk alongside me on my journey. For me and too many others, that support just was not there, but it does not have to be that way. In Shifra's Arms is the only Jewish organization in the United States dedicated to helping vulnerable pregnant women to help them to create a positive future for themselves and their children. We are a small nonprofit, but work with women across the United States. Jewish women deserve to know that they can count on our community during pregnancy and afterwards. They need to be cared for, whatever choice they make, but especially amid the changes and challenges they will face if they raise their children or after they place for adoption. I am grateful that now our community can offer that support I wish I could have had.